Look at that. So, big improvement to the shop. Back when I was digging all those holes and everything, we trenched in a 2-inch conduit for a new 200 amp service for the shop. So electricians have been here the last week, putting in the panel kind of in their spare time, putting in the panel and everything. And so that hopefully here in the next couple weeks, we'll have a 200 amp service coming to the shop, and we can start working on either a rotary phase converter or our VFD for the horizontal milling machine. Now, another good news is I also bought a lathe. So the lathe will be here in a couple months, working with a friend to get it up here. I haven't done much with this horizontal milling machine, mostly because I'm trying to read and everything on it. I've been cleaning it a little bit here and there, but nothing too exciting with it. Only other big news, I sold the 820. The 820 is still here, but it is officially sold. So that will be going down the road here. We're going to put some pallet racking back where the 820 is at. I'll go ahead and walk back there because I think that's worth seeing all of that. All of this is an effort to try to clean up the shop a little bit. I can't be out in front of a fan for too long or I'll get carried away with a mosquito. So ultimately, the 820 is going to go away. We're going to replace that wall right over there. We'll have pallet racking on it. That way we can store, it'll have 4-foot wide pallet racking. And so we can put something right here where the 820 is sitting, and then we'll have 2 shelves of pallet racking. Not really big, but it really didn't make much difference. There's only approximately 8 feet from that corner to that door right there, and it's one of those deals that if I put a 4-foot shelf on this wall right here, it would I would only leave me 4 feet of space right through here, which is kind of pointless. Meanwhile, if I put it back on that wall, 8-foot by 8-foot section of pallet racking with 2 levels of shelves, I can stack something on that with the X748. I can't get in this corner with the 4066, so it didn't do me a whole lot of good to get any type of, I mean, just with the way the 4066 fits in here, I can't get in here. Ultimately, what we're going to do, this back here will be things that the X748 can lift. And then over here will be things that the 4066 can lift. Most likely the lister's going to come down, those tires are going to come down, and most likely I will put 2 round fenders up there. Round fenders are 5 feet wide, so they are going to hang off 1 foot in front of the pallet racking, but we can weight them right and it shouldn't be a problem. And then also over here, and the reason we're going to put round fenders up there is I really don't use them all that much. What I'm going to do over here is we're going to adjust the height of these, and we're going to put some round fenders, because round fenders are 33 or 35 inches wide. These shelves right here are 36, and so we're going to put a round fender here and probably a round fender here. So that's 2 more. So that's a total of 4 round fenders that I can put on shelves, and that will help clear out a space for the incoming lathe. Because right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 round fenders in here, and if I can clear out 4 of those, so the vertical or the horizontal mill is over there, the lathe will go right in here, and then hopefully in the next couple years, hopefully the next 18 months or so, I can find a vertical mill. I've been shopping, but nothing. The problem is you know, vertical mills are, it seems like they're a little bit harder to shop for than lathes. I'm not really sure. I'll tell you the story in the lathe when I get it. But hopefully we put the vertical mill right here, and then I don't know where we're going to put the last round fender. I may actually sell a round fender. We'll see. But that's the plan right now. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense, and enjoyed some of these updates on little projects that are going on. I mean, the shop is obviously packed. There's still a gator sitting here that I haven't even touched. It just needs to be taken apart, but I haven't had the time to do it. So if anybody wants to come to the house and take apart a Gator, let me know. All the parts need to be sold. The engine needs to be tested. I still haven't put the injectors back in there or anything. I have all the injectors and all the crush washers and everything. So yeah, but there's still a Gator sitting under there. I just haven't touched it. So yeah, hopefully this, I mean, probably not much of a video if you are just randomly watching this video, but you know, it's an update for regular viewers on all the little projects around here. So thanks for watching. So along with my shop updates, I figured I would throw a couple things out there in terms of outside projects. This trench, I'm slowly getting all the trenches filled in. This is a trench for electrical, going to the new service, the new electrical service. I got all this scraped in. It's settling quite a bit, a little bit more, so which is good. So we're actually going to get a truckload of black dirt. That way we can put in here, and then I don't know if I'll get to grass it this year or not. Then over here, so in relation to the tile lines and everything, this is settling nicely. I've been able to come over, run over it with the tractor 3 or 4 times, and I've got quite a bit of work to do on it, but it is settling. I scraped it all up yesterday afternoon. It's going to settle some more, and so that's settling. At the same time, I have cut a, hey, there's a frog right there. You see him? Kind of cool little critter. I've managed to cut a swale in finally. This only took, it had to dry out for me to do this, but the swale is cut in, and so now the water that comes off the driveway has somewhere to go. And so it just comes down here and will shoot out right here. Look at all the frogs. It'll come down here and it'll shoot out right at the end here, and then eventually all of this right through here, we're going to put some type of membrane down, not landscape cloth, can't think of the word right now, and put all riprap in all this. The only problem is riprap's pretty expensive, and the budget for this project is pretty much shot for at least a couple months, so I don't know if this will get done this year or next year. Started working on kind of leveling all this out. Ultimately what we'll do, I got to come in here, and all those big rocks and everything I've got to get out of there, but that's just a matter of getting out here and just loading up the rocks, and then I'll have to scrape the top, move a little bit of dirt, and eventually we'll just kind of level all that out. I don't know if you can see it from down here, but this top right here has got to come down about 6 inches so we can pull it that way and kind of wrap around the pond. But yeah, that's where we're at. Pretty good progress so far. I'm happy with it. This side is just a complete and total disaster. Lots of work still to do here because of all the rocks and everything. So I guess that's the negative of living in a place where you have rocks just pop up out of the ground. So yeah, that's it for right now. I'll come up to the house, and I mean, you can see my swale here, hopefully, as we're walking uphill. And let me get up to the house and I'll show you what's happened up there. All right, so up here, we're still waiting on all this to settle. This has settled quite a bit. I've already raked it up once, ran over with the tractor yesterday. This is the problem with building trenches in your yard, obviously, because you don't want a divot left later. So, but all the work that I did with the X748, that grass is coming back really, really nice. If you can remember, a couple weeks ago, I posted a video of the X748 scraping up all of the dirt. This is all of that dirt, and that's the area that it came off of. A couple places where I didn't get it all, but I kind of expected that. So, you know, the whole system itself is working really nice. Got to come in here with some topsoil. There is some settling in there. So I'll come in with some topsoil and fix all that. Then down here, sump pump hose is working nice in here, and I cut the sump pump hose edging the driveway the other day, or edging the sidewalk the other day. So I got to replace this section of hose, but overall, you know, pretty nice system. Once again, got to put some topsoil in here because it's sinking a little bit, but I wanted to get this covered up. I thought I put enough dirt in there, but I had not. So, and those of you that have asked if we're going to do more, yes, this is the drain tile line right here coming up out of the ground. I'm going to go ahead and cap that off. We're going to cap it off, and then next spring, actually probably next July 4th, sometime like that, spring over July, sometime between when it thaws and July, we're going to probably tee this off. We're going to go out into the yard about that angle, almost to those trees right out there. We're going to move these first 2 trees this summer still, and then we're going to take this line and we're going to curve it around into the backyard where it's pretty low. We've got a couple low areas, and what we're going to do is we're going to come around the backyard. The sprinkler system's in here, but we decided we're just going to rip it up and repair it as we go. And because I mean, repairing sprinkler systems is actually pretty cheap than trying to identify all the lines and everything. So we're just going to rip it up. We've got a main box right there, so we know we're going to have quite a number of electrical connectors somewhere in this area, but you know, what can you do? We don't use the sprinkler system except to water the garden. So come out in here, and then we're going to go underneath the sidewalk over there and come around into the shed on the far side of the house. So that is that project. That's next year's project. That'll be a considerable amount of work just because of this, the location and the size and everything. But I think that is it for now. Oh, and one other thing, I saw this. So this box right here will actually go, if you look, there's a clean out right under here. If you see that bar right there at the tip of my toe, I'll have to dig all that dirt out. There's a clean out right underneath the ground, and that's for the main drain line clean out. In case it ever gets silted in or something, we can stick a jetter down there. So thanks for watching, and leave some comments below.